All right, everyone, welcome back. We're diving deep today into a match that really shook things up in the Women's Premier League.
Yeah, big one.
The Delhi Capitals women taking a pretty decisive win against the Gujarat Giants women.
Oh, yeah.
We've got all sorts of stuff for you today.
We do.
We've got match summaries, player interviews,
Yep.
and even some pre-match analysis.
Uh-huh.
That, I gotta say, turned out to be pretty spot on.
Really interesting, isn't it? The Gujarat Giants came into this tournament with everyone expecting big things.
Right.
But they just haven't been able to turn that potential into wins.
They really are struggling. This match was no exception. Delhi Capitals women chased down their target of 127
Yeah.
in just 15.1 overs.
Quick work.
Yeah, it was a comfortable 6-wicket victory.
Yeah, that win puts Delhi firmly at the top of the table while the Giants are still, well, they're stuck at the bottom. And, if you look at the bigger picture, this is Delhi Capitals women's 4th win over the Gujarat Giants women out of 5 matches.
So this is a pattern.
It is a pattern.
This isn't just a one-off upset.
No.
And it's interesting because I remember reading some pre-match analysis that highlighted concerns about the Giants' batting depth, or the lack thereof, I guess.
Right.
Do you think that's what we're seeing play out here as a major factor in their struggles?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Those concerns, they're not just theoretical anymore. They're coming to life on the field. Their score, 127, that was the second lowest we've seen in this whole WPL season.
Yikes.
And what's even more worrying, they were 20 for 4 in the first 5 overs.
That's the power play.
Yeah, that crucial power play, where you want to set a strong base.
For those who might be a little newer to cricket,
Right.
the power play is the first 6 overs of the innings where only 2 fielders are allowed outside the inner circle.
Yeah, gives the batters a bit more freedom to really go for it.
Exactly, yeah.
And this is exactly where the Giants seem to be faltering. Big names. You've got Beth Mooney. You've got Ash Gardner.
Yeah.
Players known for their consistency. Just haven't delivered the runs we've come to expect.
You got to think that puts immense pressure then on the middle order to recover.
It does, yeah.
Especially given the lack of experience in their lineup.
Absolutely. Ash Gardner, she actually admitted this herself.
Did she?
Yeah, in a post-match interview.
Yeah.
Losing those early wickets puts their middle order in a really, really tough spot. And this is where that lack of batting depth really hurts.
Right. Well, at least their lower order showed some fight, though, right?
Yeah.
Party Fulmali coming in at number 8,
Uh-huh.
scoring a gutsy 41s off 29 balls.
Yeah.
That was a bright spot in what was otherwise a pretty disappointing batting performance.
It was a bright spot.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because it's almost a repeat of Chanel Henry's performance against DCW in the previous match.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
It makes you think, is this, individual brilliance, or is it a symptom of a bigger problem with the top order?
It's a great question. It really is. It seems like the Giants are relying on these individual heroics rather than having a cohesive batting unit that's performing well as a whole.
Right.
But I want to talk about what really set up the Delhi Capitals for this win. Their bowling was absolutely phenomenal, especially that opening spell
Oh, yeah.
from Mirzan Cap and Shika Pandey.
Pep, she is a force of nature in that power play. Her ability to take wickets in those initial overs,
Yeah.
it's unmatched in the league. She surpasses even Haley Matthews. And it really puts Delhi in the driver's seat right from the get-go.
And both Pandey and Captain Meg Lanning, they both spoke about how important it was to bowl a good length on this particular pitch.
Yeah.
It seems like they had a really clear strategy, and they just executed it perfectly.
They understood the conditions, and they backed their instincts.
Yeah.
And, the results speak for themselves.
Yeah.
That line and length, keeping it consistent, really stifled the Giants' batting.
And then you have Tita Sadhu making her debut
Yep.
and claiming a key wicket right off the bat. Talk about starting your WPL career with a bang.
Impressive debut.
Yeah, it really was.
And we can't overlook Annabelle Sutherland's spell either.
Right.
She ended up taking the match-winning wicket.
Of Deandra Doughton.
Yeah.
It's like every bowler on the Delhi Capitals squad contributed to dismantling that Giants batting lineup. Now, can we talk about Jess Jonassen?
Oh, yeah.
Because no one saw that coming.
As a surprise.
Her promotion to number 3 in the batting order.
Big surprise.
But what a masterstroke it turned out to be.
It really was.
She was named player of the match for a reason.
Yeah.
An unbeaten 61 runs off just 32 balls, including her first WPL 50.
And she looked so comfortable.
Fearless. That partnership she had with Shafali Verma
Yeah, they were unstoppable.
completely shifted the momentum of the match. They
Yeah.
put on 74 runs together, just blasting the Gujarat bowlers all over the park.
Jonason's comments after the match were interesting.
Were they?
She was surprised to get the opportunity to bat so high up the order.
Oh, Kappa.
But, clearly she embraced the challenge. She even talked about how she adjusted her strategy based on that specific pitch.
Well, it's not every day you see a player known for their bowling suddenly turn into this batting sensation.
It's not, no.
And this isn't just a fluke. She's now part of a very exclusive club of WPL players with both a 4-wicket haul and a 50 to their name.
That's right. And she's also tied for the most Player of the Match awards.
Wow.
A true all-rounder.
Yeah, really is. And I think Shafali Verma deserves a shout-out, too.
Oh, absolutely.
Her 44 runs off 33 balls, that was crucial in setting up that chase.
Yeah.
Her aggressive style, it just complemented Jonason's more calculated approach so well.
Great balance.
Yeah.
Verma's insights after the match were also interesting. She was talking about the challenges of the pitch early on.
Yeah, right.
And how she had to kind of adapt her game accordingly.
She always brings such a fun energy to her interviews.
She does, yeah. Always entertaining.
On the other side of the spectrum, we have Meg Lanning.
Right.
Quite unusual to see her score in single digits.
Yeah, very unusual. Actually, first time in her WPL career that she's been dismissed for less than 10 runs.
Happens to the best of them.
It does, yeah. Even the best players have those off days.
Well, even with Lanning having a quieter game, the Capitals still dominated. It just speaks volumes about their depth and their firepower.
It does, yeah.
Both teams have a quick turnaround coming up.
Yeah.
Delhi Capitals are facing Royal Challengers Bangalore next.
Right.
And Gujarat Giants, they've got the Mumbai Indians women.
Big matches coming up.
Yeah, if you look at the tournament as a whole, the points table is really tight right now. Every match is going to be crucial in determining who makes it to the playoffs.
Every match counts.
This is where things start to get really, really interesting.
Absolutely.
Each team, they've got their own unique strengths and weaknesses.
Right.
These upcoming matches,
Yeah.
it's going to be a real test of their adaptability and their strategic thinking. Gosh, this deep dive is already giving me so much to think about. I think we need to take a moment to digest everything that we've learned.
Yeah, let's do that.
When we come back, we'll delve into the strategic implications of this match for both the Giants and the Capitals, especially with those crucial upcoming games on the horizon.
Right.
Stay tuned.
So, welcome back. We've been looking closely at the Delhi Capitals win. And, I think it's safe to say the Gujarat Giants, they've got some serious work to do if they want to turn things around.
Yeah, their batting, it's a real concern. How do they start putting runs on the board consistently, especially now the league stage is ticking away?
It's getting down to the wire for them. Makes you wonder what kind of changes strategically can they even implement at this point.
Right. It's late in the game. Well, one thought that comes to mind, shaking up that batting order. Could moving players up or down, do you think that would do anything? Spark a little momentum?
I mean, it's possible. It's a bit of a gamble, though, isn't it? This late in the tournament. They could also try, I don't know, a more aggressive approach in the power play. Even if it means taking a few more risks.
Yeah, I see what you mean. It's like they're so focused on not losing wickets that they become way too cautious, and then that just puts even more pressure on them in the middle overs.
It's about finding that balance, isn't it?
Yeah.
Scoring quickly, but not losing those wickets in clumps.
Yeah, delicate balance.
Yeah.
And they need to find it.
They do.
Fast, because there's not much room for experimentation left.
Yeah.
Maybe they could give some of their less experienced players a shot. Someone like Tanuja Kanwar.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes a fresh perspective is all it takes. Could be helpful for them to just have some honest conversations as a team.
Yeah.
Really assess, how they're approaching things, identify those areas that need work. But while we're talking about areas that need work, their bowling, actually, that looked pretty good in this match.
Yeah.
Could that be the thing that saves them?
I mean, their bowling, it's definitely their strongest asset. Players like Ashley Gardner, Deandra Doughton, they bring some serious firepower.
Oh, yeah.
And don't forget Kashfi Gautam.
Right.
She took some really important wickets during those middle overs.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if they can consistently defend those totals, maybe it'll be enough to sneak out a few wins.
It might be. Relying solely on their bowling, though, I don't know. It doesn't feel sustainable in the long run.
Yeah.
They've got to find a way to put up some competitive scores, especially against those strong batting sides, like Mumbai Indians.
Yeah, you can't win consistently if you're always trying to play catch-up.
Exactly. So, yeah, they need to find that balance. batting overall strategy if they really want to turn things around.
Yeah.
Now, what about the Delhi Capitals? It's like they're unstoppable.
They look pretty good.
Do you think they can keep this going?
Well, I mean, they've got a really solid core, right? Experienced players. You've got Meg Lanning, Marizanne Kapp, Shika Pandey.
Yeah, a lot of experience there.
Real stability and leadership.
But definitely.
But then you add these exciting young players like Shafali Verma and Tita Sadhu.
Yeah, they bring something special.
It's such a great blend, youth and experience.
It is.
But, I mean, maintaining that consistency throughout a whole tournament,
It's tough.
it's a challenge.
It is, especially in a fast-paced format like the WPL.
Mm-hmm.
Can't let up, can't get complacent.
No, not at all. And, their next match against RCB,
Oh, yeah.
that could be trickier than it seems, don't you think?
Absolutely. RCB, they can be unpredictable,
Mm-hmm.
but they've got players who can single-handedly turn a game around. Delhi's going to have to bring their A game.
They are. So, for the Capitals to stay on top, what do they need to focus on? What are some key areas?
Well, their bowling attack, it's already a huge strength,
Mm-hmm.
but there's always room for, fine-tuning strategies. Depending on who they're playing, the pitch conditions,
Yeah.
and their batting. I mean, that lineup it's formidable.
Mm-hmm.
But do you think they run the risk of relying too heavily on just one or two key players?
That's a good point. That's a
Yeah.
really good point.
Yeah, spreading that responsibility,
Mm-hmm.
allowing different players to shine in different situations, I think that'll be crucial for them.
Yeah, you don't want all the pressure on one or two people.
You don't. And, of course, fielding. Can't forget about fielding.
Yeah.
Maintaining those high standards.
Catches win matches.
It's so true. Easy to get, caught up in those big hits on the wickets.
Yeah.
But those moments in the field, they can really make or break a match.
It's a great reminder.
Yeah, fielding's often overlooked.
It is.
But it's such a vital part of the game, especially in T20 cricket where every single run matters.
Yeah, yeah.
The Capitals seem to really get that,
Yeah, they do.
which is good. Bodes well for them.
This has been great.
It has.
We've really analyzed, the key parts of the match, dissected both teams' performances, looked at the challenges that are coming up.
We've gone deep. It's been fascinating to kind of unpack not just what happened, but why it happened.
Yeah.
We see, how individual moments of brilliance can just change the whole game.
Yeah.
The importance of how the team works together
Mm-hmm.
and how even those star-studded lineups, they can struggle if they don't adapt.
Yeah. Well, before we wrap up, I've got one last thought. We've spent a lot of time talking about the Giants' batting struggles, but I keep thinking about the lower order, their performances.
Right.
Party Fulmali in this match, Chanel Henry in that previous game against DCW. It's interesting.
It is.
Could the Giants' bowling actually be their secret weapon?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, we know it showed real potential in this match. Maybe they can leverage that strength, defend some lower totals
Right.
while they keep working on that batting strategy.
Interesting.
I don't know. It speaks to the unpredictability of the WPL.
It does, yeah. We've seen underdogs, come out of nowhere, established teams stumble.
Mm-hmm.
Makes it really exciting to watch.
Absolutely. As you all continue to enjoy the WPL and the incredible growth of women's cricket, keep your eye out for those unexpected moments, those little hidden strengths. They pop up when the pressure's on.
They do. And never underestimate adaptation. We've seen both teams make adjustments as the tournament's gone on.
Mhm.
The teams that can analyze, learn, and evolve.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that will succeed.
Couldn't have said it better myself. This deep dive has been fantastic. We're not done yet, though. When we come back, final takeaways and a little something to leave you thinking. Welcome back, everyone. We've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive into the Delhi Capitals' women's victory over those Gujarat Giants women.
A lot to unpack. We've analyzed, just about every angle you can think of. Individual performances, team strategies.
Yeah, we've even looked ahead at what the future might hold for these two teams.
Yeah, we have. It's been fascinating to really dig into not just what happened, but why those things happen. All those little factors that can influence the outcome of a game. Player form.
Strategic decisions, right?
Yeah.
So for our listeners, let's just quickly recap those key takeaways. For the Gujarat Giants, it all comes down to their batting and how inconsistent it is.
It does, yeah.
They have got to figure out how to put runs on the board consistently,
Especially now, yeah.
especially with the playoffs looming.
Yeah. Their bowling looks good,
Yeah.
but it's only going to take them so far.
Yeah.
Big strategic changes are needed, and they need to happen fast.
Yeah, no time to waste. Now, the Delhi Capitals, on the other hand, they are on a roll.
They are.
They're bowling. It's phenomenal. The batting lineup, so deep, and they're playing with so much confidence. But the question is, can they keep this up?
That's always the challenge, isn't it?
It is.
When you're, at the top. Can't get complacent.
No, you can't.
That next match against RCV,
Ooh,
that'll be a real test.
yeah,
Can they stay focused, adapt to a whole new opponent?
absolutely. So as we wrap up this deep dive, I want to leave you all with one final thought. We've talked a lot about the Giants' batting issues,
Right.
but those lower order performances, they've been intriguing, to say the least. Party Fumali, what she did in this match.
Yeah, right.
Chanel Henry in that previous game against DCW.
Unexpected.
Yeah. So it makes me wonder, could the Giants' bowling actually be, I don't know, like their secret weapon?
What do you mean?
Well, we know it showed a lot of potential in this match, right?
Right.
What if they leaned into that, defended some lower scores
I see.
while they're working out the kinks in their batting?
Interesting. I hadn't thought of it that way.
I don't know. It really highlights how unpredictable the WPL can be.
It does, yeah. You just never know. Underdogs, they rise to the occasion.
Yeah.
Top contenders, they can stumble. It's what keeps things exciting.
It does. So to everyone listening, as you continue following the WPL and the amazing growth of women's cricket as a whole, just remember to keep your eyes peeled for those surprising moments, those hidden strengths that can come out when the pressure's on.
Absolutely. And never underestimate the power of adaptation.
Yeah.
We've seen both these teams, the Giants, the Capitals, they've made changes as the tournament's gone on.
I have.
It's the teams that can really analyze, learn, evolve.
Mm-hmm.
They're the ones that are going to succeed in the long run.
Absolutely. Well, that's it for this deep dive. Thanks for joining us. We hope you've learned something new about the WPL and the exciting world of women's cricket.
Yeah.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and most importantly, keep that passion for the game alive.